Nerdcore could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore used to be just a made-up word. MCs
Spooky.
What are you doing?
I'm a ghost. Hello, I'm a ghost.
Like, aren't you like supposed to say that for like Spooky Saturday?
I would, but our guests do this for a living, so I was trying to, practice when it was my turn.
Okay, well, let's talk about it.
Welcome to Every Man's Guide to Nerddom, where we are two 30 to 40-something-year-olds who talk about pretty much whatever we want. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kyle. You guys can also catch us online on the Twitches, playing some video games. Usually every Saturday night is a definite to be able to catch us playing some, I want to say the average out to being good indie horror games.
Shit. It depends which one I picked that week.
Yeah. We play a lot of indie horror stuff on Saturday. We like to call it Spooky Saturday. You can find Chris over there at Twitch at GuyverUnt01. It's GuyverUnt01. And mine's a lot easier. It's KSIG, K_SIG. And usually every Saturday night, starting about 7 to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, you guys can catch us there. And then off and on throughout the week doing just whatever.
And we'll be starting a Friday one called Freaky Friday now.
Oh, that's what that's going to be. I totally misunderstood. I got to return some shit.
Yeah, it's if the giant fist that you bought at that store.
Yeah, that thing. That's gonna
yeah, you need to be careful when you buy those, dude.
We got guests.
We do got guests. Today we have I don't want to say a fun episode, I'll say a really fun episode, because we were really excited when we talked about this, and then when I talked to them about doing the episode. Kyle and I are actually, it's been a long day.
I'm not editing that out either. That's staying.
Okay, fuck off, sir. Kyle and I are friends with them from meeting them online. We know they play some really fun games. Like Friday the 13th, they played a lot. I've seen one of them playing. They're both playing Dead by Daylight lately too. One of them's playing one of our favorite games, Kyle, Lunch Lady.
Mm-hmm.
Phasmophobia and other spooky games. I'd also like to add, I'm just throwing this out there too. This man's voice is the voice that lures those who are undead to their final resting place. It is that powerful. It is the come hither, you dead bastards.
He's giving
voice.
Sushi. He's going to give Sushi a run for his money.
He is going to give Sushi a run for his money.
So that's right. We have Bearded King and Wifey of Bearded King, as they're known on Twitch. Bearded King as one word, Wifey of Bearded King as one word. Also, by their normal everyday names of Devin and Tosha. And they actually do paranormal investigations in real life. And that's why we have them on. So we're kicking off our month of spoopiness with October and a bunch of spooky episodes with these two. And they're here to talk to us a little bit about paranormal investigation. And I'm excited.
I am too.
For this one.
Devin, Tosha, welcome to our little corner of the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Much appreciated. Happy to be here.
Yes.
Listen to that.
Yep.
Listen to that voice.
It turns you on, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Not even a little bit. Yeah.
I make a little more room.
You can't, don't stand up.
I'm not. This is gonna go on YouTube. So.
So first off, what is paranormal investigation? I'm going to let you two handle this. We have a textbook definition. I know what I can pull up on the internet, but why don't you tell us what paranormal investigation is?
All right. Paranormal investigation is basically you go to a location. It could be anywhere, honestly. Like usually when you're investigating something, you're trying to figure out if there's actually spirits there or demonic entities. You just got to have certain equipment that helps you determine if anything is there and if it's willing to respond to you. But basically, paranormal investigations, you go to a location, you see if there's any kind of like, I don't know, ghost activity or paranormal activity, like just like the movies, but
Or, I mean, proof of life after death.
basically.
So, is it only ghosts? Can it be like demons? Can it be
Yes.
anything that's not of this plane?
Oh yeah, it could be demons, especially if you're investigating and you know it's a demonic infestation. You definitely don't want to like what's that word I'm looking for? Taunt it, because it can demonic. They can attach to you and cause serious issues.
Oh shit!
So
Yeah, like-
not
Just
like,
like the
how we,
games.
not like how we play the games where we try to taunt them
Right.
and draw them out. We
Right.
don't. We want to do the opposite. Of
Exactly.
Yeah.
that, because there's no respawn. Okay.
But you mean when we
So-
start going, you bitch,
Yeah.
you bitch?
Basically.
Come get me.
Basically,
But
yeah.
we shouldn't do that.
Not in
No.
the real lives.
Not in
Okay.
real
Not in
life.
real life.
I mean, if you know you're not dealing with something demonic, then yeah, taunt it. But because normally ghosts are attached to one location and they normally can't leave that location. Now, demonic entities can travel with you.
Okay, let's get into this more once we get into this. I want to know more about
Oh yeah,
this.
we got lines for this down.
I want to know this one. So under paranormal investigation, it's the layman's term is anything of not of this plane of existence, not of this world.
Basically.
So start by telling us also, okay, I want to know how you two met. Tell us a little bit about both yourselves. We want to know how you guys met, because I'm seeing you guys both in a graveyard in like high school. Like Bearded's like sitting around, or no,
Baby
he's got
bearded
like
at the time. It hasn't come to full bearded yet. You know,
he-
Devin's still there.
mini bearded,
Mini bearded
mini beard. Devin's walking around with like a box
of wine.
and something in there. Yeah, of wine, a box of wine in the graveyard. And then we have Tosha sitting on the gravestone, like dressed out, decked out, all goth and in black, and like listening to The Cure. And then you know what happens. Boy meets girl. Boy takes girl to an open grave. They commune, and the rest is history. Is that accurate?
No.
Damn.
I'm afraid
Damn.
not. However, I loved that, and that would have been an awesome way for me to meet her. But no, that unfortunately that is not it. No.
So how did you guys meet? How did you?
You knew of me before I knew of you.
Right,
so-
but you mind if I actually tell the full story?
God.
All right. The way we met, okay, I was working at a farm with her brother. Actually, me and him grew up together, and I was single at the time. I was like, bruh, I need something. Okay, you got anybody you can hook me up with? He's like, well, my sister used to be a stripper. I'm like, okay, yeah, hook me up. So I started talking to her on was it Facebook, and then I was living with a buddy at the time, and she just ended up calling me one night. Did you call me or did I call you? Yeah, you called me, and basically we just hit it off from there. I mean, we had
That's
so much
awesome.
in common, you know, fans of horror and stuff like that. So yeah, that's basically how we met.
Like the classic American love story is really
Yeah,
what it.
basically.
Yeah. Okay.
Basically.
Oh, that's actually
That's
that would
really-
make a great movie. That
Mhm.
really would. I would watch it in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
So how did you two figure out that you like? Okay, everyone knows in the process of getting to know someone. It's like, hey, you want to see me? What kind of movie you want to see? I know. Let's see someone getting gutted. That's a
Mhm.
pretty good introduction, like how you're gonna like horror movies,
Oh,
or
right.
you can figure that out really quick. How did it come up that about paranormal investigation?
Ooh, how did that?
Okay,
start?
that
I think
I'd say
that's-
we got I turned her, she didn't know anything about the show at the time. I
didn't.
turned her on to Ghost Adventures.
Okay,
Zach
right
Bagans.
on.
Yep.
Who doesn't love Zach Bagans? I showed her one episode
They're
and
flexing on ghosts and yeah.
right. I showed her one episode and she just shot straight to it, watched every single episode, I mean, I think she binge watched every single one of them. And then her fascination just grew from there, watching him do it. But also, I'd say what boosted her in it is having paranormal experiences as a child, which I'm sure we'll get into later. But as for me, I never
I'll
really
take
got
that
into
note.
it. Do what?
I'll take that note down.
All right.
Paranormal as a child. Yeah, we got to put that in there.
Oh yeah. But as for me, same way. Ghost Adventures. I always watched Ghost Hunters growing up. I had some paranormal experiences also back in the day. But basically, Ghost Adventures is what got us wanting to do it for like in real life.
That's awesome. So you were actually inspired by the TV show.
Basically, yeah.
Have you all ever had any contact with anyone from the show? Like, have you guys written them? Have they written back, tweeted them?
Actually, yeah. I'll let you chime in on this one.
Well, I love to tweet, so, and especially when I'm watching a Ghost Adventures episode.
Right.
And so I don't know, I've tweeted, they've tweeted me back, things like that. But I have got to meet Steve Gonzalez from Ghost Hunters.
Yeah, from Ghost
and
Hunters.
Dustin Perry also from Ghost Hunters. So
she actually got to go to Waverly Hills Sanatorium.
Oh,
Which is one of the most haunted places in America. And while she was there, she got to ghost hunt with Steve Gonzalez from Ghost Hunters, Dustin Perry from Ghost Hunters,
and
John
Zaffis.
Zaffis, which is Ed and Lorraine Warren's nephew, and also Josh Gates from Expedition Unknown.
Yes.
Holy shit.
wow.
Okay,
We were
so
going
where-
to play it down just like, oh, we tweeted back and forth a little bit and it was cool. And
Yeah,
he's
no,
like,
no,
she
it's
actually
like-
into the shit.
No, we're
That is-
bros. We went out drinking later. We
Yeah.
poured one out for the ghost homies. So, okay, where is this location at? Like, what city, state?
Waverly Hills is in Louisville, Kentucky. And that's about 2 hours from us?
Yeah,
Hour and a half.
almost. Yeah.
So, what makes? Do you see why we have a show flow now?
I got you. I
because
got you.
This is what we do.
We love it.
What makes this place so haunted?
Yeah. Love. She is fascinated by this, so she's taking
I'm
it.
fascinated by it. Yeah.
So Waverly Hills was built in the early 1920s. It was a tuberculosis hospital. This is before they found penicillin, before they,
Mhm.
did the whole antibiotic thing. It's been confirmed. They have a confirmed of 8,000 deaths in this place. It's huge. It's 5 stories. The place is like shaped like a bat. If you were to bring it up on like Google it or whatever, then just look at the pictures. But this place is like legitimately haunted. It is so crazy. Yeah, they used to do experiments on people. Like I said, this was before antibiotics.
right.
So they would take lungs, like they would take a lung out, or they would collapse a lung. They would inflate because tuberculosis, it attacks your respiratory.
Right.
So they would inflate balloons in these people to try to get them to breathe better. They thought they were helping, but like these people
Torturing
went
these
through-
people.
Yes, they went through pure torture. I mean, this place it's incredible to be there. It has like a death chute, what they call a death chute, where it's like I can't remember how long it is.
It's like a tunnel.
It's a tunnel, and it goes, it's like at a 45-degree angle. So on one side they have like a ramp that they put tracks on, so they would wheel the dead bodies, like they would just put them on these tracks on these gurneys and shoot them down to the bottom where someone was waiting on these dead bodies. This place is crazy, but I absolutely love it. I've had a fascination with this place way before I went, and then I had the chance to go, and I went, and trust me, I was not disappointed.
So did they show you all, or is there any explanation of how they did the balloons? Like in the chat, I'm fascinated by this because all I'm seeing is them cutting someone open and they have a balloon and they're going.
Probably not
I
like
know,
a clown at the circus is what you're like, oh, we're going to put a poodle in you now.
It's like
And-
It's a giraffe.
yeah,
Making balloon animals.
right.
Send so many
I-
people down the chute, Chris.
Okay, when you think, I guess when you think like a balloon, you would think a party balloon, but I
Right.
think it was more different than a party
The
balloon.
medical balloon.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Like a whoopee
so,
cushion.
kind of maybe, yeah.
So
Medical
this is
grade.
also a great, not really transition, but explanation to why would what makes a ghost a ghost? Like, what makes a demon a demon? Like, so you said these people got tortured, so now they're ghosts. There's 8,000. Does that mean there's 8,000 ghosts there?
I mean, not necessarily.
Well, let me. Okay, what I was always told, I'm gonna let her take back over. But what I was always told growing up was when someone passes away, which I don't know how true this is, but when someone passes away, they actually fear judgment. So you know how they always say, "Go into the light."
Right.
So they avoid that and they just stay here. I guess they're
In limbo.
Yeah, basically. But that's what I was always told. I don't know how much truth there is to that, but
Right. And I mean, I guess that's a question that I don't know if will ever be accurately answered.
Right.
Because we don't really know, but I've heard a lot of people also say that, especially if somebody dies traumatically or they
Mhm.
lived a really traumatic life and they stick around. I'm not really sure, like, and they just kind of live in a loop on like their life is kind of just, I guess, not from birth to when they died, but at least the last few, I don't know, a year, whatever of their life, they kind of live a loop or even day or something. I mean, it's like I said, it's kind of an answer that I don't think we can accurately answer anybody.
right. Now
It's-
talking about that loop thing, I don't know if y'all have ever watched Supernatural, but I'm obsessed with the show. And I actually Googled it, and it's supposed to be a legit thing, but some spirits can actually relive their death over and over and over, called a death loop. And they just sit there. I mean, they just remain there and they just keep reliving it over and over.
So it's like the worst Groundhog's Day ever.
Basically. Yeah.
So like if they were violent, let's say if they were like had a balloon animal made inside of them, they would keep reliving that giraffe every day.
Basically. Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
We're
Yeah.
gonna run with the balloon all night, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
The balloon
I've
has
caught
stuck.
something and
He
yep,
caught a balloon.
I've caught a balloon and now I'm holding on to this.
This may be like a good spot for this because you brought it up a little bit earlier about the childhood thing. We can start with Devin and then over to Tosha. Devin, what made you believe in the paranormal?
Okay. Pretty much a ghost experience growing up. My bedroom and when I can't remember how old I was, but I had an air conditioner in my room, and I would always hear noises, but I never paid attention to it. But I would literally hear noises and wake up, and my air conditioner is literally spitting ice at me. And when I walked out to go to school one day, my dad, my door was closed and he heard something in there, and he went to go check, and he seen something walk from his bedroom to my bedroom, and he opened the door and my air conditioner was spitting ice once again. So, hearing those things, I didn't visually see it, but my dad, and, I don't believe he would lie to me about something like that. So I believed him. So from then on, I was like, okay, is there really truly life after death, as far as, being stuck here as a spirit or something? And it just kind of triggered me from then on.
Wow.
Hmm.
Shit. Tosha, how about you?
Okay.
This-
Mine was pretty vivid.
Is
Like
this the kid or the woman?
the
The
woman.
woman. Okay. I didn't know which one was.
God,
first.
there's multiple?
Okay, well,
Oh yeah, we have multiple experiences.
my very first one, I was probably in kindergarten, and I remember, it's so crazy how I remember it like so vividly. So my mom had just put me to bed and she shut my door, and of course turned my lights off because why not traumatize me some more. So I had a little bit of light coming in through my window, but anyways, I look up and there's this woman, she's standing at the foot of my bed, and she has blonde hair. It's so crazy. She has blonde hair. It's like a 50s style hair. She has a blue dress on, a white apron, the most beautiful blue eyes I have ever seen, and these beautiful red lips. I know this is crazy.
No, I've never asked this. Was she transparent in any way,
No,
or is she
she
full
was
body?
solid.
Full body
She
apparition.
was solid. I
Okay.
could not see through her.
Can I make a note of this? Because I want to know the difference between a full body apparition and then the transparent too,
Yeah.
like the definition. But go ahead.
So she was standing at the foot of my bed, and then all of a sudden she was gone, and she was standing at my dresser. And a lot of people say that like they don't have reflections or whatever. Well, this lady did, because when I looked up, I remember looking up, and she was standing at my dresser. She was facing my dresser and looking at me through my mirror. And then she just told me to call her mom. She's like, call me mom. She spoke to me like I'm speaking to you. I heard her voice. And let me tell you, what you would think that a child that young would be freaking horrified, screaming. Not me at all. I was not afraid. And
She's morbid.
seriously, maybe a little, but like I wasn't afraid. It didn't scare me at all. Like
So-
I don't get it. I don't
Was
understand.
her voice gravelly at all? Was it sweet?
It was sweet. It
Like
was
calming.
so sweet.
Really?
Yeah.
So she was
Yeah.
like a 50s mom, like TV mom
Basically.
that you saw.
You would think, yeah, that's what it reminds. Yeah.
Yours was nicer than mine. So
Now, did she just vanish?
She just vanished.
like
she
right
was
before
gone.
your eyes. She
was gone.
poof.
Boom.
Wow.
I had one. I don't know if I ever told you about the experience I had in the dorms. The ghost experience, but
The experience
I-
of
I-
the
I-
door.
You told me about many experiences
Yeah,
in the
cut you off
dorms, and
before
I've had
you-
to cut you off a couple
Yeah,
times. But
before
no, I
you
didn't
were-
hear this one.
dove off into it. So if you guys don't know, like we went to college together. Actually, he was leaving as I was coming in. And the dorms that I lived in, Chris and like a couple people know this. I lived in Southeast Lozier. Where we went to college at was a old Cherokee women's seminary.
Mhm.
A lot of Native American history there. It was in Tahlequah is the capital of, it's Cherokee capital to this day, and a lot of history and a lot of weird stuff. But my particular one, I had just, my roommate had just moved out of the dorms. I had the room to myself for a few weeks, and I woke up in the middle of the night, and I looked down at the end of my bed, and I see a small figure standing at the end of my bed, about child size, probably like the size of like an 8 to 10-year-old child. I remember he had a striped shirt on, vertical striped, kind of Western looking shirt, and a cowboy hat. And I thought it was a Native American child. And like, I know it was. And it's weird that I know that it was, because seeing his face was like completely featureless, gray, nothing there, just standing there. And so, of course, I'm like, paralyzed, can't move because it's scaring the shit out of me. And he just stands there, and then he, like a little kid would do playing Cowboys and Indians, makes the little handgun gesture and points at me. And that was enough to shake me loose. I kick my leg, he disappears. I freak out. About 2 hours go by, I'm finally able to go to sleep. So the next
crazy.
morning,
My
because-
heart is elevated right now listening to you all.
You wait till the second half. So the next morning I wake up and I go next door to my neighbor, who was, I think he was the resident advisor at the time, Murray Morey. So I'm banging on his door, like, Murray, open the door. And he's like, yeah, what's up? And it's like, you still have the number of the guys that lived here before me, because I also just moved into that one too. And he's like, yeah. I was like, I saw something last night. He's like, ooh. It's like, did you see the ghost? I'm like, I think so. And I was like, I'm not going to tell you what I saw, but call them up, ask them what they saw, because he told me that they had seen it before. So call them up, ask them what they saw, and then you tell me. He's like, okay. So he calls him up. He's like, yeah, Kyle's over here. He said he saw the ghost. He's like, what did it look like? And he's nodding his head. He goes, yeah. Like short, cowboy hat, striped shirt. Yeah. Okay. So they described to him without me telling him what I saw, exactly what I saw. And that was enough for me to think that my room was haunted.
That's
Was-
crazy.
That was that night I came in drunk from the bar and just stood over you.
It was freshman year. So yeah, it was about probably your height.
Yeah,
And,
that was
little
just
guy.
me standing over you, just saying,
Well,
get up, let's go get breakfast.
That
let's
makes
get
more
bacon.
sense.
Shit. So I don't know if I've ever had an experience like, so as you can tell, Kyle's a believer. We know Devin and Tosha are believers, obviously.
Right.
I am a big believer in supernatural, like my culture is, Hawaiian, Asian culture. We have strong roots in superstition and other, traditions and stuff. Like when in Hawaii, we have the Minahuni. And my wife has, the Creeks have, I forget what they're called. I just texted her to find out what it's called, but I think they call them the little people.
Staginis.
Is that what it is?
Yep. Well, that's what the
So-
Cherokees call them, but
Well,
yeah, the little people.
they're-
It's
yeah,
dark
all
out.
the-
If it's dark out, you can't talk about them.
No, all the
Okay.
little people, all the Native Americans have, it's the same thing. They just call them something different. And like, if she sees an owl, to this day, she still kind of freaks out because that's a sign of death for them. If you hear an owl, and ironically, she went to her law school where, it's owls perched on top of there where she had to walk in
Right.
every day. And their superstition is you take your pocket and you ring it because that's breaking the owl's neck. So it won't lead death upon whoever's hearing it.
Oh.
So, and I'm a believer in aliens. We're not telling anyone, like we always do. We're not telling you're right. We're not telling you're wrong. This is our point of views.
Right.
We just want you to get a better understanding of it. But I think it's very,
We're just here to experience it.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think it'd be very arrogant of us to think that we're the only forces in the universe, like aliens or paranormal. Like I'm a big believer in this stuff, and I don't know if I've ever actually had one because I'm usually running away. If it happens, like Kyle's seen me run away from shit. Like
It's
me and
great.
clowns do not get along. Like they hired a clown in college his freshman year at this freshman bash, and they didn't tell me, and they made sure the clown was behind me and tapped me on the shoulder, and I ran half a mile.
I remember that now. That's been like 20 years. I remember.
Yeah,
that.
it's been over 20, but yeah, it's
Mhm.
so it's just real interesting. And seriously, my heart is racing listening to both of your stories right now. Or all three of your stories. And then Tasha, sounds like you have another story for us there too.
The child. Did you say you seen a little boy or a little boy in a room or something?
Mm.
The train thing?
Is that me?
Yeah, that was you. The train thing.
I don't remember. I remember all
You told me about it.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like
Okay.
you would hear every
I
time a train
remember-
would come by.
Well, I remember the demon that I had the conversation with.
Oh no, that was freaking creepy. But before she gets into that one,
I'm trying to remember the train and the child.
this is one time with my previous wife. We was going to church. We had just moved into this little trailer, and I had found a homemade Ouija board. Okay, and it was made out of corrugated plastic from the company I actually worked from, but I didn't want it in the house. I didn't know anything about him at the time.
What was that?
That was my cell phone.
Oh shit!
You see why he can't do anything for real?
Yeah,
I heard it and I was like, that's cool.
yeah, no, me. I'm like,
Chris peed a little.
I seen him looking around. I was like,
there's
"What
not.
are you doing?"
No, that wasn't just pee, my friend. Okay, go on.
But okay, I wanted to get rid of it, and nobody told me that I wasn't supposed to do this, so I take it outside and I burn it. Apparently, burning an Ouija board releases whatever's on the other side. But I started getting all kinds of like it just the whole energy around the house changed. I was hearing stuff from time to time, but we went to church, and the preacher's just doing his normal thing, and he literally just stops mid preach and tells me to come up front that he can see the demon that is strapped to my back. And immediately everybody gets up, starts praying over me, and I don't know if it's still there. I don't feel it, but apparently it is, because this is actually a good transition into Wifey's part of her demonic experience with me, and which my youngest daughter has also
She's
visually seen it
Yeah,
twice.
she's seen this thing twice. I think she's seen it more than twice because she's seen it while she was like walking through the living room. It was sitting in the recliner, and it was just kind of making these weird movements. It was all dark, like it freaked her out.
It's always leaning over me while I'm sleeping,
Yeah.
always.
Damn.
But
So
Chris is not going to be able to sleep tonight.
So, holy shit.
But now I was dead asleep during this next event, but
yeah, he wouldn't wake up for anything, and I wasn't understanding why, because I could feel myself talking loud. So I don't know what I said to this demon. I don't know what the demon said to me, but then this is the most craziest thing, because it's hard to explain. I can explain it, but it's kind of hard to explain. I know it's crazy. So I'm sitting up on the side of my bed. It was probably like 3 something in the morning,
which is also considered dead hour.
right? When I actually came to my senses and was like, okay, what's going on here? But I remembered what happened. My whole body was in a state of paralysis. I was sitting up on the side of my bed, and my back was facing Devin, but I was looking over my right shoulder. So I could see this thing standing over him. This thing had to be at least 8 foot tall. And it was like really just skinny and long, disgusting fingers. I couldn't see, like, it was black, the room was dark, but I could see the outline and the shape of this thing from the window. So this thing's standing over him, and it's kind of got its hand where it's like, oh, like wanting to, like, I don't know, touch him, or it was crazy. So I remember I'm sitting there and I'm talking to this thing. Like I said, I'm in a state of paralysis, and I know what I'm doing, but I don't know what I'm doing. It's so weird. The weirdest experience, the most craziest experience I've ever had.
Apparently she was screaming at the thing.
I was yelling at this thing, and I remember, like, towards the end when I started to come back to, I remember saying, I was like, what? Like, I screamed, what? And then I was like, no, like, I'm screaming, no. And I don't know what it said to me. I don't remember what it said to me. It was like the wildest thing, but I tried to wake him up afterwards, and like, he was just like out of it.
I didn't hear none of this.
He heard absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
And I'm like yelling, but that was crazy. I lived with that moment for such a long time. I still do, but it's not like as intense as after it first happened.
You ever have like a dream that just felt so real, it just like sticks to you without the day?
Yeah, I lived with that for the longest time. Like, it just felt like it almost consumed me. Like, what was this thing telling me? What was it trying to do to Devin? And did I stop it? Like, I don't know. Crazy, wild.
But shit. So the only thing I can think of while you were talking about that is, I don't know what the definition is of it. It might be like sleep paralysis, but I've read a couple of things that said, it's the common belief too that you have like a demon or some entity over you while you're sleeping, but you're conscious, but you can't move, and they're doing stuff to you. I get those where I know I'm physically calling for help, but I can't open my mouth. And because they're doing something, and like doing something to like my insides, or triggering something in me where I can't move. And I've always, I can't remember, one year I did some research on it, and they were saying that, it could be like a spirit over you, or something trying to reach you, or
on
just
your chest.
or just an asshole, like, spirit on your chest.
Just some asshole goes like, I'm gonna fuck with Chris tonight. Like, he
what's
looks like
he
he's
doing?
sleeping too good.
Yeah, look at him.
Your beginning of that story, Devin, is actually a good transition to what we're going to kind of go over next. Was are you guys religious? And if you are, does it play into how you guys investigate, or how you approach things, or even the reason you started?
Well, yes, we are actually religious. We are Christians. In the Bible, it does, we're kind of unclear about what the Bible actually says. Apparently you're not supposed to seek spirits and stuff, but it's kind of unclear. Like I don't know, I don't know how to explain that. That's complicated.
It's very complicated.
It's very complicated,
We're,
but
we're confused about it.
as far as it playing into what we do, with you know, as being Christians, you know, we believe in God, so demons and anything demonic will is fearful of the name. You just say God and they'll back off. But you know, we also use that to keep them from attaching themselves to us. Now, at the time of the Ouija board, I was not a Christian. I was a pretty rough goer at the time. Burning the Ouija board apparently opened up that gate to let that demon through that is attached to me. But now, yeah, like I said, we are Christians. It does play in. We use that to protect ourselves. And also you can use that to like if it is a demonic entity or even a possession, you can use, you know, the power of God or the power of Christ to get it to reveal himself. And once you get that demon's name, then you have complete control. You know, because
That's not just in the movies.
no, it's
that's
legit.
actual,
It
that's
is
legit,
straight
yeah.
legit. Yeah.
How do you get the demon's name?
It'll fight you. Like real exorcisms is insane. They will say things, they will taunt, they will threaten you, they'll do anything they can to avoid it. But you know, if you say, you know, in the power, you know, the power of God commands you to reveal your name, and once it reveals its name, its power is gone. There is no power left in it, and then that's when the priest would send it back to hell.
So like in the Bible, you know, Christ steps off the boat. He's got a possessed man running up to him, and you know, he's like, you know, he says, I command you to tell me your name, and he says, I am Legion, for we are many. And Christ, you know, expels the demons. Well, he gave us that gift as well.
Yep.
I mean, it's not that easy. I would say, like, you really have to like study it, believe it.
Wasn't that the one where he took the demon and put it into pigs, and then
Right.
they ran off the cliffside?
And they ran off the cliffside.
That's why they always say we're not supposed to dine on swine. That's where that comes from.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But he left us with that
Huh.
authority.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we have the authority to also cast out demons. And like when I was having that experience with whatever it was that was over Devin. Sorry. Sorry. So we wasn't where we were supposed to be.
Right,
at
yeah, we
that
was-
point. We were kind of like, you know, wild, living a little.
And honestly, our Christianity kind of started about what, 6 months to a year ago.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you on that subject, what pushed me to that. I don't know if y'all have ever watched it, but watch 23 Minutes in Hell. That movie scared the crap out of me. Not even gonna lie.
I'm Googling that right now.
It's
Terrifying.
yeah, it's a stage. It's like this guy just talking on stage, but he went to, like, God sent him to hell, let him experience it. He said while he's down there, you ever get that feeling like you're gasping for air?
Right.
He said permanently like that. You can barely get air. He said it is so hot, you're so thirsty. There is not a drop of water or anything there. So I mean, just watch the movie, and I'm telling you, it'll have a little impact on you. For me, it had a lot. So
Apparently, it's based off of his book,
yes.
which is a best-selling book.
Yep.
Shit.
But it
Looking at-
actually terrified me.
Not to detract too much, but like
you're
going
good.
on the supernatural. If you guys are watching the YouTube video, if you look behind Devin and Tosha, they have some interesting stuff back there. I see, what is that? Shriek from or Ghostface from
Yeah.
Scream.
The Nun.
Yep.
From the
Freddie, and then we got Jason. All these were painted by my daughter.
Our oldest daughter.
Oh, those are
Seriously, that's
awesome.
awesome.
I thought there was like some fan pieces. Well, I
I
guess
did
it would be,
too.
but
No.
Yeah,
All these are
no.
painted by my daughter. What I do
Okay.
with my crow one, love? I
That's
just had it.
awesome.
I see
Oh,
the
and
Binks poster back
She
there.
painted this one for me for my birthday or Father's Day.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
that's sweet.
awesome.
Yeah, because I'm a huge fan of the crow, and I also got a Michael Myers one over there, but I'd have to flip my.
It's
camera.
awesome. Yeah, no, and let's see, they have an Elm Street sign and
Mhm.
also a Haddonfield. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Haddonfield is Michael Myers.
Right, correct.
We are huge fans of any.
Yeah, I mean, I
And-
got Lucille from The Walking Dead. I got Freddy Krueger's glove up there.
Nice.
I got
Chucky.
this little guy. I
You
actually
got a
just
Chucky.
bought the art of Dumbala the other day.
Oh wow.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, but that's actually belongs to my daughter as well.
she's a huge Chucky.
That's
That's,
awesome.
That is cool though.
Which one painted this?
She did. She
Okay,
took
yeah.
a monster.
She
high
took a
doll.
monster high doll and made this out of it. I don't know how well y'all can
Oh.
see.
Oh yeah.
Damn, that's
Wait,
sweet.
is that Frankie?
Like the saw.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like the saw.
Yeah, no, the character. We had a ton of monster high dolls around
Who
here.
did we?
Oh, you asked that was Frankie the
From
doll
our-
turned into
from our
Jigsaw.
youngest-
Yeah.
Yeah,
our
to
youngest
Jigsaw.
daughter.
If you guys
okay,
aren't
that's
watching if you
awesome.
guys are just listening, you'll have to go and find us on YouTube to
Yes, you
see
do.
these cool little collectibles because they are
It's
they're
sweet.
awesome.
It's really
Yeah.
sweet. What is the poster back there? Is it Binks?
Binks is my spirit animal from Hocus Pocus.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Which
I also
Hocus
got
Pocus 2 is in filming.
I know, I heard.
We're so excited.
I got an Exorcist poster, multiple Supernaturals. I got a Crow poster. I mean, I got it all decked out to horror. We're obsessed with horror movies.
That's awesome.
So how long
That is so awesome.
on the investigation side? So I mean, I know you said you kind of bonded over a mutual love of horror stuff, but the actual investigation side, how long have you guys been at that?
Since basically we've been together, maybe about 6 months after. Well, no, about a year.
Well, yeah, about a year. We started off with a small hunt at the cemetery that we lived
Yep.
across the street from.
Yeah, which
Which
there
was
there is
crazy.
a video of that on YouTube.
We
It's
actually-
hard to find because we're kind of small right now, but we're trying to grow.
Oh,
Wow.
our Facebook page is growing.
Yeah, yeah,
Well-
it's growing.
Well, we will make sure that we promote that in
Mhm.
the link for this. So anyone who is listening, make sure that you go like their Facebook page. It will be in the comments.
Below.
Oh, there you go.
That
Yeah,
was
I was
amazing.
Links
waiting.
in the bio.
It's in the bio.
That was
um,
freaking creepy, bro.
You're welcome. We will make sure that so you guys make sure you go give them a follow. On the Facebook page, do you guys go Facebook Live and do investigations? Do you do it on Twitch? YouTube? Where do you do it mostly?
Mostly I do it streaming from Twitch now. Everybody's been watching that, but we do Facebook Live as well, and they have offered us
Paid.
paid what is it?
Paid events.
Paid
where-
events,
I
yeah.
haven't done it yet, but we probably will have a ghost.
Yeah, we just gotta get some
coming
more
up on
equipment.
October 3rd.
Yeah,
your
I want
birthday?
to do a ghost hunt for my birthday, which is coming up next week.
So
Oh, happy early birthday.
Thank
Happy
you.
early birthday, my friend.
Thank you.
So,
Bearded
yeah.
will be 30 and still has the voice of God.
Mhm.
I'll be 34.
34.
34.
34.
Which I'm gonna have to change my Bearded
youngins.
King name because it
Damn
says
youngins.
33.
33, yes. Kyle, maybe that should be one of our episodes. We go do a ghost hunt.
I'm
There you
down.
go.
I've done a few.
We're actually trying to get a group together to meet us at Waverly Hills. I think it's what $100 a person now.
Well, I don't know if they've changed it, but I'm gonna get on their website, do a little bit of research, and I don't want a huge group, but if we can get a group of like maybe
8 to 10.
8 to 10 people, because like I said, the place is ginormous.
Yeah,
It's 5 stories. It's huge.
and there is a couple specific spirits in there that people like to.
I actually got a
EVP.
from it. I don't know if y'all could.
I don't know where it's
It's in there. I saved it. I still have my
What does EVP stand for?
electronic
voice.
electronic voice phenomena.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
it's where it makes it easier for spirits to communicate through white noise. It provides an energy for them to actually come
It's
through.
like
Now
The voice box on Phasmo. Or
Yeah,
that's
exactly what it is.
see, now we actually have one of those as well. The was it SB11 Spirit Box, love? SB7 Spirit Box. That's what's on Phasmo.
Okay.
As well as the the EMF reader,
Mhm.
which is electromagnetic field. It's called a K2 meter. Which we do not have one of those yet, but we are working on building up our equipment. We're going to set up a dono page to try to get all that done.
That was something that was so cool when that game came out about this time last year. And I was super excited about because same as you. I watched, Ghost Hunters and Ghost Adventures and all that stuff like nonstop, and then get to see all that cool. Like, I'm a gadget freak. I love gadgets.
For sure.
And like, we get to actually play with the stuff that they use on the shows and in the documentaries and all this, like, it's right here and we get to use it. So that's what psyched me most out about, got me so psyched up about that game. It's like, oh, cool, we get to do this stuff and I don't have to leave the house because I'm lazy. But it's like, it was great. And we'll get into equipment here in a little bit. Right? You know what? We're here.
That's
Let's
so
do
nuts to me. That's so nuts to me.
It's,
Shit.
so what, like, you guys kind of hit on it here and there just a little bit, but what benefits do you see that you guys get from the actual investigation? Not like monetary, but like the what's in it for you? Is it a high? Is it a spiritual thing? Is it just the rush? Is it just the morbid curiosity that we have as humans of the unknown?
It's basically a high. It's a rush.
It is.
I mean, it's fun. It's scary. I mean, you don't know what's going to happen. It's kind of like Phasmo. You don't know when the thing's going to show up. You don't know when it's going to hunt, especially since the recent update. But the
Son of a bitching ghost.
dude, I'm telling you, it's
Asshole ghost.
But it's just exciting. Like, you just don't know what you're walking into. I mean, it's definitely a rush for sure. Like, how do you feel? What do you benefit from it?
Definitely an adrenaline rush. I get a high from it for sure. I love it because, like, you never know what's gonna happen.
Sure.
It's crazy. It's the best.
Is volume up on this?
Yeah.
I don't know if you all will be able to hear this. Is this as loud as it goes? Yeah. But I'm gonna play this right next to the mic. This is our EVP recorder.
Okay.
And at the very beginning, I don't know if, like I said, if y'all can hear it, but you can hear it say "must help" as soon as she turned it on.
Shouldn't have told him what it said. You should have just left that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you hear that?
That's so good.
So I got that at Waverly Hills.
That was at Waverly Hills.
And I had just turned on the recorder.
Holy shit.
Just turned it on. I didn't have a chance to ask any questions.
Was that where the nurse died?
That was in the kids' wing where I got that one. Yeah.
That was such a good one. I've got one from years
shit.
ago. I want to send to you guys if I can ever find it.
Yes. So that is, I am very proud of that. That is my very first ever captured EVP, and I am so proud of that. Like, I've had that since 2017 I went to Waverly.
Unfortunately, I did not get to go. We was kind of strapped for cash at that time, but her cousins was nice enough to pay for her ticket. And
that's where I got to meet all those amazing people. I got to go hunt with all of them. So yeah.
And it's super nice you sent her too.
Yeah.
They're charging people to get in. It's like about 100. You said it's roughly like 100 a person to get in and investigate, or
that's
I think
what
so.
It was. Yeah,
I think it's for an 8-hour lockdown.
For an 8-hour lockdown. Yeah.
Once they lock you in there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Once you're in, you're in.
You have access to you can go to the where the restrooms are, which is where the gift shops are, but you can't go any further than that.
Yeah.
You can't go outside the building. You have to.
You are locked in.
You're locked in.
100. I bet they're making a killing.
They are making a huge killing.
They do.
And they only give what did they give for that place?
People are dying to get out.
Right.
Oh, there we go.
I want to see Guyver there. I want to see him there.
I do too.
Wait,
we should start.
We're
gonna. I'm gonna start a GoFundMe.
My eyes when you played that.
Hold on.
Imagine hearing that right in your ear.
I'm setting up the GoFundMe right now to send your ass to Waverly.
You're going with me. Your ass is going with me. I'm holding.
I'm good. Yeah, I'll go.
Like,
I'll pay my
where's
own
Chris? Wait, why is that guy under that other dude's shirt? It's like, we're pretending we're sloths. Leave us alone.
Like, you're still in the gift shop. You need to get...
No. I really want one of these. What is that? It's a pen. Look, you flip it upside down, her clothes come off.
If you was able to go, Guyver, how would you feel about us leaving you alone where the nurse hung herself?
Excuse me?
Doesn't she react to like single people more than she does a group?
Well, she reacts to and she reacts more to men because of a doctor that she hung herself back then, obviously,
Yeah.
getting pregnant out of wedlock and getting pregnant out of wedlock by a married man,
That was a big thing back
that was a
then.
big thing. They actually, this is factual. They found okay. So the nurse.
Nope. Nope.
You got this, Guyver. You got
You
Nope.
got it.
So she of course she's heartbroken. So they say that she was pregnant by the married doctor, and of course he didn't want his wife or anyone finding out about it, so he gave her an abortion. And back then it's nothing like it is today. Well, they actually found the baby because she was pretty far along. But they found the baby. They legitimately found the baby. I think it was inside the walls, one of the walls.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's factual. That is facts.
Yep.
And then so they say she hung herself, but a lot of people say she was they killed her. Someone had killed her. But and then another nurse had jumped off the top of the roof. I mean, because they were in there, they wasn't leaving. Like you could, once you were in there, you were in there. Because of the tuberculosis, and they had no cure for it then. So they couldn't really get out and go do things.
Right.
They had things delivered to them and
Wow.
stuff like that. But yeah,
She hung herself in the doorway.
it was right in front of no, she hung herself in front of the elevator. Okay.
Elevator.
In the hallway right in front of room 502.
Yeah.
Which I sat inside
So,
of room 502.
Yeah,
by myself.
Guyver, that's your room for the night.
Mhm.
502.
I'm gonna need everyone to come get me. I'm gonna need a change of pants and a taquito. I'll be in room 303 if anyone needs me. I thought you were in the other one. Nope, I left. Air conditioning's broken.
Yeah, if you go, you're packing underwear.
Oh,
Or
shit.
don't, and that just make a way better story. Whichever way you want to go
No,
with it.
seriously, I will be hanging on your ass. Like literally, like if I am under your shirt, you are carrying me around. I will get a Guyver Bjorn.
Just strap you to me.
Yep, yeah, and you are running with me.
Oh, that will not go wrong at all.
No, it won't go wrong.
we should do this though. I'll like.
See, and
This
you
is why
guys
we
are
need
all
a
proud of
Patreon.
this, and I'm like, I'm all proud. I got a new transformer. Shit, God.
I'm telling you, this is why we need a Patreon so we can fund expeditions.
Well, we might
That's
have to
carrying
start here
Guyver.
soon.
See, that's the
Once we
least
get
of
a
the
few more
creepies
listeners.
there.
Jeez.
We could leave him with the creeper.
Yeah.
Kay said, "Yeah, you can take the creeper."
Oh, I thought you meant like leaving with me. Like I'm not that creepy.
No. There's another one there that's pretty it's pretty vicious.
They believe
Yeah, I'll
it's
try to-
real.
But with a
Okay.
beard like that, you can defend
Hanging
it.
out creeping. Okay.
So do you all have a company? Have you done an LLC? Have you done any sort of incorporated?
No, it's not official. However, we would love to get it there, but we go known as Family Paranormal.
Oh,
Our
Yeah.
daughter our oldest daughter used to join us.
But yeah, she moved to Connecticut with her man of choice.
Her boyfriend, and
Yeah.
she now has
She has
little
a baby. So now it's just me and Wifey at the moment.
Now, if you guys are doing stuff on YouTube, tying that family name to whatever you're doing is big because like family anything is big on YouTube. I got a
Oh,
little
yeah.
kid. And he, like anything, everything's something
Mhm.
family. This family, that family, whatever. And so that will probably work in you guys' favor
Yeah.
quite a bit.
so yeah, you guys once you you do get that official name, well, make sure we know that, and we'll put that in the
Mhm.
bio too.
Okay.
But once you guys get
Appreciate
that, we'll link whatever you guys want.
Okay.
So, and when that answers kind of our next question too, we have that one, so I'll mark that, Kyle.
Okay. And the get started. I think we kind of covered that too.
Yep, we covered that too. I'll mark that. Go ahead, Kyle.
So we did it. We hit it a little bit. Okay. So we're up here. So are you guys right now? Is this just kind of for fun? Is there monetary benefit? I know you can from like the videos and stuff. Is it just kind of getting the ball rolling right now?
Yeah, basically. Right now it's for fun. I mean, we would love to make a full-time living out of it, but doing that is hard being, you got your big timers like Ghost Adventures, Ghost Hunters,
Yep.
Some big timers out there. So it's kind of hard for people starting out because it's already been seen so much. People's kind of getting bored of it, but yeah, as of right now, it's just for fun. We just one day decided to start trying it. We went to a cemetery and bought us that EVP recorder you see right there and just started going for it. But,
is there like a ghost hunters website you guys go to find your equipment? Do you just get off Amazon? Like, is there somewhere you go, like a forum? This will date me here. Like, the old bulletin boards like they used to have, but like some sort of forum that
You go to a news group to find.
You shut your fucking face, sir. Is there somewhere that you guys go that that everyone gathers and like allows you to say, hey, this is the best equipment? Or is there companies that specialize just in this stuff?
Actually there is we get our stuff. We got our dowsing rods from eBay. This is a
Walmart buy.
Yeah, I mean, you can I take my phone. I have it's called a necrophonic app, and I was really kind of I don't know, skeptical about it, but it's actually pretty legit.
Like we could sit right here and get a response because our house right now is haunted.
I paid $10 for this app, and it's legit. It's a spirit box app, and it's legitimate. Like it's crazy the things that I've got from it. Which
if you watch my streams, I've used it on the streams as well.
But there's
cool.
Was it Ghost Shop or GhostStop.com?
Yeah, Ghost Stop is where a lot of equipment is where we want to get. We want to get the Puck.
This is like the good stuff.
Oh yeah, the Paranormal Puck. It looks like a little hockey puck, but it's got a little antenna and red dots, and it's got a sound alert on it. The REM pod.
REM pod.
Yeah, and
that's the thing we had last night, Kyle.
Yeah, on that new game.
Yeah.
Yes.
The REM
what does
pod.
it do? What does it do?
You have to basically the antenna coming out of you. Like if you're gonna set it off, you basically have to hover right on to the antenna. So anything that goes around it gets that close can set it off. When we've seen in several different cases, people be on the other side of the room and that thing just starts going off, and you can use it to ask questions. Be like, were you murdered? If you were, set off the alarm. It'll set it off, and you can say stop, turn off the alarm, and it'll stop. And we've seen this personally. It's crazy.
So it just detects activity if something goes through it. That's what it's
pretty
for.
much like a jacked up EMF kind of thing.
Okay.
And we also the grid.
Yeah, we got the laser pen.
The grid.
We actually have one of
pen.
those as well. The laser
Oh,
pen.
Really?
the grid thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Like what they just added to Phasmo.
Update. Yeah.
The
The
dot
Xbox
system.
Connect looking thing that shoots out the green lasers.
Yes.
Which those though that it's funny that you mentioned that people actually use those Xbox Connects to video from and produce that light system.
I think our biggest purchase that we're aiming for me anyway, it would be the SLS.
Yeah, SLS camera.
I want the SLS so bad.
That's the stick figure one, right? It
Right,
detects.
yeah.
Oh yeah, those are so cool.
Yeah.
But they're not cheap.
No.
So, okay, I got two questions for you here based on that. You said your house is haunted. One, does Sean know this? You said he comes over. You're like, hey, Sean, why don't you stay in this room for a little bit? No, it's fine. You go hang out over here. We're going to be over here. You have to be here between this time period, though.
Sean is
staying there.
He's so
Sean
skeptical.
is a big skeptic.
Huge.
Big skeptic. So he doesn't believe it. I could tell him, and he would sit in here and wouldn't care until Carol actually messed with him.
Yeah, Carol.
So Carol's your
Carol
ghost?
fucking Baskins.
Right.
But, well, okay. I hope it's not her. Gee.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens.
Oh my God! Please don't do
Could
that.
you
Please don't do that in public. But okay, my mom actually used to live where we live now.
Okay.
She ended up giving this home to us, and she is raising my autistic cousin. His name is Dylan, and he is in the room right now that we're sitting in. This was his bedroom, and he claims to have seen the woman in white a lot. I mean, had conversations with her and everything. So we kind of brushed it off. He's like, okay, he's autistic. I'm not saying anything mean about him, but
No.
He lives inside of his head a lot. So we moved in here, and was it Haven, our daughter, was living in here. Did she have any
This
experiences with it?
was this was her bedroom.
Yeah.
This became her bedroom. Yeah, she said she woke up. It felt like her face had been slapped.
Yeah,
Yeah. So she had some
she had some experiences in here.
experience here. But getting back to Dylan real quick, he would run out of this bedroom and run down the hallway towards the bathroom, and he would stop at the end of the hallway, and he said, "I told you." Like, he would be looking,
He would be staring.
really hard. He'd be like, "I told you, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, I mean,
Leave me alone." And he would come back to his bedroom, and he would be telling us, of course they couldn't see it, but I mean, he could.
and we didn't know any history on this place at all. And then our daughter's boyfriend lived here with us, ex-boyfriend. His name is Biscuit. Chris is his real name, but we call him Biscuit.
Don't.
And he literally, he was what, 21, and he would leave this room and go sleep on the couch. He was scared to death.
This was his bedroom. This became
And-
his bedroom.
And she loved taunting him. I mean, she loved taunting Biscuit.
Well, he actually seen her.
Yeah.
He was laying in here. I guess he had TV on, but he seen her walk by. He heard the creak in the floor in the hallway, and he looked up and he seen her really fast, like she just walked by.
Yeah,
He ran in, checked in on our youngest daughter, and she was out, sound asleep.
yeah.
Came to my room, and he's like, "Tasha, did you just walk down the hallway?" And I'm like, "No." He's like, "I seen her. And he was like, I mean, sheet white. This boy he's dark complected, like he has a dark complexion. And he was,
You would think he was dead.
he was terrified. And I was like, well, we had a pretty big bedroom.
Oh,
We had a
yeah.
couch in there, TV, whatever. And I was like, well,
He slept on the couch
I was like,
with
well,
us.
you can
Well,
sleep
not
on
with
my,
us, but
you can sleep on my couch.
he was terrified.
Thanks for
But,
that's good
What happened?
clarification, though.
You got Bearden and a biscuit sleeping on the same bed right now. It's a bearded biscuit.
But
Bearded
I actually ended up doing some research on it, and apparently a woman by the name of Carol passed away in this house,
She died in our bedroom.
our bedroom. And it wasn't 2 days later, we actually received mail in our mailbox to Carol Doan. And funny enough, that's who we believe is actually haunting our place,
and
as well as the demon that is
Just
obsessed
wanted
with
her
me.
mail.
and the necrophonic
Yeah,
app
she
that
just
I
wanted her
have,
mail.
after I first bought it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna check this out.
We've gotten
So
responses.
I brought it up. I was just sitting on the couch in the living room, and I was like, okay, is there any spirits here? And of course I heard yes. And I was like, male or female, what's your name? And it said Carol. I
Yep.
mean, it was so clear.
Yep.
And I was like, all right then. Carol's here.
So are you guys gonna try and
I'm getting this app right now.
Necrophonic.
Yep.
Yep, nope, I'm not.
And see, the creepiest thing is she always has it playing backwards.
I do. I
That way,
never,
no words can be
I always have it in refurb, what they call refurb. I don't ever have it
Playing forward.
If you play it backwards, then I mean, and
it's
you
hard to
get-
make out words.
and you get legitimate words, then
Then you know it's legit.
okay, yeah.
Because what it does is scans radio frequencies, multiple, I mean hundreds.
Yeah.
And if you play it in reverse, then some of the radio stations are not going to come through straight forth words. They're going to be backwards.
We actually did an investigation at a cemetery, and Devin went live on Twitch, and we had my necrophonic app up, and we had people in our comments in the chat
One
was
that's
asking questions, and we would ask
you
the
going with the
questions.
mobster thing?
Yes. And they were like, okay, what mobster? We'll just say mobster.
Yeah. I don't know if y'all know who mobster is
Mm-mm.
on Twitch. But yeah, he's like, ask it what my real name is. And it wasn't a split second later, it said Mike. And straight up, that's his real name. He said, ask it where I'm from. It straight up said Delaware, without a doubt. We had people that
So did Mobster unsubscribe at that point?
no. He
Okay.
was he's like
kind of digging it.
yeah, he's like, tell him to follow me on Twitch. And but now we had a few viewers that claim to have seen something in the background that literally
the bridge.
that was at the bridge that
my
literally
gosh.
shut down they closed it out, and like literally didn't talk to nobody for a couple days because whatever they seen behind us truly terrified them. There was actually two people.
Oh
And
my gosh,
yeah,
yes.
down there was the claims where we was there was a bridge and a woman had broke down, and a guy that stayed right there in the woods basically came out and slaughtered her. And I think another little girl was hit by a car.
Yeah, this happened in like the 70s. But remember when we were walking like towards the darker, like off the bridge? And
Yeah,
and
like,
we got
like you could feel the energy. It was so freaking heavy.
and I got on my necrophonic app.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah,
It was like, what did it say? You fucking bitch. Like,
I mean, it was a growl.
It was a growl. I shut that crap off really
We
quick
left.
and we were like,
We hauled it.
done.
Done.
That scared me, and I love this stuff, but I mean that
Enough to scare you where you left.
Yeah,
'cause
we got in the cars and we was gone.
we don't we definitely don't
GTFO.
like, we don't deal
we
with
don't like to
demons.
make we don't like
Yeah.
to make contact with anything demonic. We have enough problems with that with me anyway.
So, are you all going to try and get rid of your demon or Carol from the house?
No, with mine, it would like with my demon problem. It's never, in my opinion, I've never felt it try to take possession of me, because I won't allow it. My belief in God is, I believe, is too strong
We
for it.
haven't, like, ever since we've kind of like we've become Christians.
Yeah,
we haven't really had any issues on that part. Like, I
Yeah.
haven't seen it anymore. Our daughter hasn't seen it. We haven't
No.
dealt with anything dark.
demons try to go after somebody that is, going through depression,
Right.
In
a dark place.
a
their
dark
life.
place, and then they could take, but we haven't had much experience with it here recently since, like I said, we've become Christians, like Wifey said here. Now Carol,
Carol's
no,
cool.
she, in all honesty, like you can feel it sometimes, like she's around, but it's a comfort feeling.
Yeah,
Like she just wants to be part of the family, and we've asked her if she is attached to anybody in the house, and who was she attached to. We was using the dowsing rods at this time. Was it Haven?
Haven.
Yeah. And Carol feels, the way I take it, a sense of protection over
our
this
daughter.
family and our
Yeah.
daughter. So I mean, Carol's awesome.
Yeah, we don't have a problem with her. She don't scare us.
No,
I've not physically seen her.
she don't mess with us. I think she just messed with
Well,
Biscuit because
she-
he's a
I
wuss.
think she likes. She
And his
peeked-
name was
she
Biscuit. Let's face
Right,
it.
right, Doughboy.
peeked in on our bedroom.
Yeah,
like-
she's peeked in on our room and stuff, but she leaves us alone basically.
Yeah, it's almost like she's checking on us to make sure we're okay.
Yeah, like you feel a sense of protection.
And then, and then you won't see or feel anything for the longest time. So
Which in ghost hunting, you got to be really in tune with feelings.
Right.
I mean,
Mhm.
you gotta really be in tune with that. Every little thing could mean something. Like if you just out of nowhere, your hair starts standing up on your arms, then basically
Pay attention
something's
to
yeah,
that.
like you start feeling at least a bit nauseous.
pay attention to pay attention.
It's
It's
crazy.
crazy. It is.
Your feelings play a big part in investigating.
I've had I've been nauseous to the fact to where I've almost vomited. I've almost passed out. I mean, it's insane the things that you can feel from it, but you gotta be open to it. Always be like open-minded.
Right.
If you're closed-minded, I don't know. I've always been open-minded. So
Now, like the way some people like Zach Bagans portrays it,
Mhm.
I think he goes a little overboard. I think he tries to sell it mainly for the TV experience.
I think he's a
But
little
I'm not,
dramatic.
I'm not denying that he has feelings, but I think he just takes them too far. Now, like
I
ghost
love it when-
hunting-
Sensationalizes it.
Yeah, I love it when he says he hears it with his own ears.
right,
That's my
right,
favorite
right.
saying.
You ever seen the episodes where he claims to be like feeling like he's getting possessed and
Yeah.
anger? Okay, I think he's taking that a little too far. I
Mm.
think he's just getting a feeling, but he's running with it. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
like if you compare Ghost Adventures to Ghost Hunters, like I love Ghost Hunters so much more because they are legit. Like
Mhm.
say two of them is investigating one room and they both see something, they'll shut up immediately. They will leave and they will find one person to both tell their stories to, and if they match up, then they know it's legit. They will debunk whatever they that's the first thing they try. They try to debunk whatever they see, whatever they hear, And if they can't, then naturally it's paranormal. Zach and Aaron and all of them, I love watching them, but they think everything is
Yeah.
paranormal.
They're
you know what I
very
mean?
entertaining. As
Yeah,
far as
yeah.
that
They go for
goes.
the entertaining aspect.
I think
Yeah.
that's with you guys. That's why I like ghost hunters better. 'Cause I'm a skeptical believer. Like I'll just like exactly what you were talking about. Okay, we'll rule this out. Like, oh, okay, we
Right,
just got a
right.
loose
right.
board, or you got a drafty window, or you got something going on.
Absolutely.
But then it's the stuff that when you start, to me, it's cooler and spookier if you're narrowing out, or if you're eliminating all these other possibilities, and then you're like, okay, there's not much else it could be besides
Right.
paranormal.
Right.
I think that's why I'm such a huge fan of Ed and
And Lorraine
Warren,
Warren.
because they wouldn't just jump right in and be like, "Oh my gosh, okay, yes, your house is haunted.
Mhm.
Let's go for it." They would check everything from electrical to water pipes
Let's see. I
to
don't know if you all have ever watched
creaking floorboards.
the Conjuring movies.
I have not. I've wanted to. It's on my bucket list, but I haven't seen it.
Okay, they the way they portray Ed and Lorraine Warren is truly legit. That's
Is it really?
That's how they operated. Yeah.
So are they still alive?
No.
No. Okay, they died.
Lorraine passed away recently, a couple years
And
ago.
Ed died in 2003, and Lorraine died in 2019.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And
she's very recent then.
Very
oh yeah, yeah.
recent.
And I gotta say, they're a big inspiration as to what we do as well. They didn't do it for the fun or for the high. They did it to help people. They went straight in for demonic activity. They worked with the Vatican.
Mhm.
They worked directly with the Vatican. The Vatican actually sent them on cases and stuff to help people.
So they were agents of the Vatican, basically.
Basically, yes.
Like
Oh,
the
wow.
Amityville.
Yeah, the Amityville. They was involved in the Amityville, the Conjuring House.
So is Amityville based off of them?
Amityville, I think, is just based off the story
The
of
whole everything that happened
Yeah.
with what was his name? Ronald DeFeo.
DeFeos.
He murdered his entire family as they
Yep.
slept, and he said that he was possessed, that the voices made him do it. And that's why Ed and Lorraine Warren was brought in, because she was a clairvoyant medium.
Yeah.
And he was a
Demonologist.
demonologist. So yeah, they
So-
brought
So they could actually exorcise the demons then.
he
He was like
wasn't supposed to.
he wasn't supposed to, but if you watch the first one,
Mhm.
I kind of don't want to tell you this, but he had no choice to run the exorcism, because they didn't have time to get approval from the Vatican, because it took a couple weeks to get
Yeah.
that approval.
Yeah.
Really?
They gotta have
Wow.
they have to have circumstantial evidence.
Mhm.
So you have to have approval from the Vatican to run an exorcism,
Yes, and you got to
Yes.
be an ordained priest and be
Roman
which is why-
Catholic.
Roman Catholic.
which is why they didn't want him to do it.
Right.
Right.
But at
Okay,
the moment, which, like I said, you'll see in the movie, he had no choice.
Which he had assisted on so many
Yeah.
exorcisms. He knew what he was doing. He studied it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
They also
They're kind
big
of
demonologists.
they're our I don't know,
Inspiration.
inspirations, I guess. Like I don't know.
Like we
just
would love
look
to
up
get to the
them.
point where we could help people, but I am like terrified of demonic activity. I'm not gonna lie.
He's a wuss, but
Hey, I have dealt with it.
Wifey colony map.
right.
She does all the time.
So we were kind of talking about equipment a little bit before that. Do you guys have a specific loadout that you take to every investigation, or do you customize it depending on where you're going?
Well, right now we're kind of at the minimal. Basically, right now we use our phones. We got
Mhm.
dowsing rods, and the EVP recorder is basically all we use
And our
at the
spirit
moment.
box.
And our spirit box, our SB7 spirit box.
Yeah.
I mean, we want to upgrade to some,
Bigger equipment.
yeah,
but
some good cameras and stuff like that. But once again, that takes a lot of money to get
What-
built up. That stuff.
Just curious, what would be the startup cost for something like this? You guys have this, but let's say the equipment that you guys wanted.
Yeah.
What would be the startup? Just a ballpark.
Roughly about $1,000 to $1,500 probably would get us
Shit.
everything we'd need.
everything. Yeah.
The computer programs to
Mhm.
analyze everything, the cameras, the tools, everything we would need. Yeah.
Is there
Wow.
Is there anything that you guys have purchased in the past that you had, like, you just found it to be just like a gimmick, like it was, snake oil, whatever, and buyer's remorse over getting something like, this sucks. I got hosed on this deal.
Wasn't there an app that them one brothers used that you tried and it was completely junk?
Was it the Sklar brothers? If so, I've been tricked by them.
No, I can't remember this team.
The
We
Ghost
didn't watch
Radar?
them very long because it just didn't seem legit.
Were
But did you know right away when you got it that it was
the
junk?
The Ghost Brothers, yes, they had an app that they used. What is it? I'm sorry, Guyver.
I'm saying, did you know right away, like it was just kind of a scam, or did you give it a day or two and then be like, man, this just isn't good?
I think Wifey actually downloaded it. It was a free app that they was using.
Yeah,
Of course,
it was free. I didn't buy it.
you get what you pay for. We didn't pay nothing,
Right,
so
right.
it was. Once we tested it out, I don't think it worked that well. I think it was a gimmick.
It was crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now this necrophonic app, that's a different story.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's only $10. I got it. I love it. I don't regret it. So
I just
And-
downloaded it while we were talking, and I'm gonna go scare myself here, after the show.
you totally should.
Now we investigated our neighbor's house. What was Brandy? What was she
gosh.
complaining of?
So we went live on Twitch with this one. So our neighbor and her boyfriend's mom had passed away a year or two, almost
Yeah.
2. So anyways, their little girl was just a baby when she died. And she would say, Grandma Kathy is hitting me. She would tell her mom that, and her mom came over and she's like, y'all need to go over and check this out. This is what Brandy's saying. This is what's going on. So we went over there.
Yeah, which she was. Brandy always complained of Grandma Kathy hitting her, and this right here leads to why we actually like the necrophonic app.
So we were, asking questions, whatever, and it actually said abuse.
Right next to the girls' bedroom, it
Right
came back
next
abuse.
to the little girl's bedroom, it said abuse.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was wild. Like,
And I mean, we was calling it
wild.
out. We was getting pretty vicious with it.
Yeah, I mean, we will. I mean, obviously, if it's like,
I don't play that child abuse spirit or not. I don't play that game.
so.
Mm-mm.
And this is the thing. I don't know if it was actually her grandma doing it or if it was a demonic thing taking on the form of her grandma. Like, I'm not sure. Like that's
Yeah.
that part of, I don't know.
It's
Neither
also
here nor there.
right. It's also been told to me that there's no such thing as spirits. It's all demonic activity portraying themselves as spirits. Whether there's any truth to that or not,
Now,
I don't
see,
know.
I don't think that's true, because I did see my dad about a week after my dad passed away.
Yeah.
I actually seen my dad solid form walking from his truck to his tool shed, but it was like a 2-second almost, like, and he was gone.
Well, and
So-
you all did say that Donna lives peacefully with you. If she was demonic, wouldn't she be kind of
Carol?
or
Carol.
Carol? Yeah, Donna, Carol, that fucking bitch, Carol. Where did I get
now,
Donna?
if he's calling her out and she shows up behind me, then you got to deal with it.
No, I think Carol's a sweet lady, and
If she
Casey's
sends
sucking
something
up.
if she sends something from the government saying she wants your zoo, run. No, I mean, so wouldn't that be more of a spirit than a demon if she's living peacefully with you?
True. Yeah, like I said, we feel the energy with her is calm and protective. With demonic energy, it's scary,
heavy.
it's heavy, and it's you can just feel the anger, you can feel the sadness.
Mhm.
So
I mean,
yeah, here's another question I thought of with this too. So with demonic energy, do demons coexist? I know, in hell they coexist, but
Right.
Coexist is a relative term. Because I also know, you read all those stories, how they fight all the time. Can multiple demons exist in the same area? Let's say your house, or would they fight?
yeah.
Would they fight for control?
Well, demons they want nothing more than to walk in human form. I mean, they go, like I said, they go for the weak, they go for the depressed,
They want your freaking
and
soul
they
is
will
what
fight
want.
to get, like, you will have several
Yeah.
fighting to get to your body to take control of it. So yeah, they would probably fight over it.
Because I mean, you think they wreak havoc among this world as it is, the way they are. But if they could possess somebody like Like, let's just go
Flesh.
off the Ronnie DeFeo thing.
Yeah.
If he was truly possessed, then that demon just controlled his entire body and he murdered his entire family. So demons want nothing but to wreak havoc upon this
Right.
world
Cause pain.
and cause pain and destroy people's souls and their lives. And so, and I think he's still alive to this day, and
He's still in prison.
he still stands by the fact that he was possessed.
Possessed. Was it Bob Ketchum?
I don't know. I
Yeah.
now see. I want to.
Rewatch the movie.
I want to do
Documentary.
research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now there is one location that is like a dream location for me, and that is the Stanley Hotel.
I've
Is
heard
that
of
the one from The Shining?
Yes.
And also Dumb and Dumber was filmed there.
Was it
Really?
really?
Yeah,
I
Jim
didn't know that.
Carrey. Jim Carrey was actually in the room Stephen King
Yeah.
stayed in, and Jim Carrey had to go down to the front desk and request a different room. Didn't explain why, but he requested a different room.
So
Yeah.
that would
Bed
be a
bugs.
dream. Okay, I've heard
Bed
about
bugs.
the it's bed bugs. Did they go? I've heard what's that one? The old whiskey distillery or the somewhere in Kentucky. They made a
Oh, it's-
movie off of it.
Oh yeah, you talking about Bobby Mackey's?
Yeah, Bobby Mack.
Yeah.
I have been there. I've taken Wifey. She did not get to go in, unfortunately, but I did go there. I actually went inside. I did not get to do investigating, but they claim that's a portal to hell. If you watch Ghost Adventures, their earlier episodes, they went back 3 times and even
Yep.
took a group of random
and they
people,
refuse to go back now.
and that ended up causing, was it Aaron, his marriage?
Aaron's divorce.
Aaron's divorce.
What?
Something attached itself to Aaron and actually wreaked havoc on their home and caused him and his wife to divorce over it. But yeah, they say that's straight a portal to hell.
I would love to investigate that place.
See, you and I have different thoughts on where we would like to go. I want to go to Hawaii again and be on the beach. Give me a pina colada, something fruity. I'm good with that.
I promise you, there's haunted locations in Hawaii too.
Oh, I know there is. My cousins tell me we have them here where Kyle and I are too.
Yeah, if you guys ever
Here in
make your way
Oklahoma.
to the Crescent is Crescent in Hot Springs or Eureka Springs? Crescent
I think-
Hotel.
I think it's Eureka, isn't it?
It might be
I don't
Eureka.
remember.
It's either Eureka or Hot Springs, and that is supposedly a great place. And then when there's just tons of places, here,
Well,
where we went to
especially with all the
college
Native
at,
American stuff.
Right. Yeah.
lots
Trail
of
it-
cool places.
Yeah, the Trail of Tears ended here, and there's a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a lot of Native American history down here at the Appalachian Mountains.
Yeah.
in
You guys are
Kentucky,
where they started, area close to.
basically.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
I would love to investigate. Is it the Perry Battlefield? That's in Kentucky. The Ghost Adventures.
I don't know.
Investigates the
I'm not
Perry
sure on that one.
Is that
Battlefield.
the Civil War? The Civil War
Mhm.
battlefield?
Yes.
Well, see, now there is a Blue Licks battlefield also.
there's that, but
Well, there's a
they-
bunch of them in Kentucky, aren't there?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now I'm curious.
Yeah, Kentucky was a big location for a lot of battles.
Yeah, I think we've got like Honey Springs out here that's supposed to be haunted. There's another
Yeah,
Civil War location, a few more.
Hmm.
I
So-
actually
Perrysville.
intentionally covered what we were going to ask about next, was like favorite
Yeah.
locations and
Boyle.
things.
Favorite locations.
County, Kentucky.
yeah. The other one she was talking about is Perryville Battlefield State Park. It's in
Okay.
where Boyle, Kentucky.
Yeah. And the house that they turned into a hospital still sits on that property. On part of
See,
that.
that's
property.
news to me. I didn't know that, and
Oh,
I've lived here my
man.
whole life.
You're welcome.
You go buy her some ice cream now.
It's in the freezer. She can help herself.
Okay, Kyle, and I think we just went over favorite locations there.
Yeah, I think we hit favorite locations. We've kind of hit this a little bit, but I think we can go a little bit deeper on it. We talked a little bit about the difference between a demon and spirit and the experiences you guys have, but just from my research and watching movies and documentaries and reading things, there's always different. You always hear about different types of spirits and ghosts and demons.
Right.
And so, have you guys experienced multiple? Do you know, is that something that you can kind of hit on a little bit?
Well,
Or are you just kind of thinking spirit, demon?
basically the two. Now, like Phasmo portrays it. There's Yuri's. There's different styles.
Mayor.
Mayor, different things. I don't know how, like in real life, how you would determine those. I mean, the game puts it together, as different evidence, but I don't think that could be portrayed to real life. Of course, I haven't really researched into that, but basically, the only thing we've ever really dealt with is just a spirit or a ghost and demonic activity.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this
Do you think it's?
Oh, go ahead.
Do you think it's? Do you think it's just? I'm trying to think how to phrase this. Do you think it's the same way of seeing the same kind of entity, just different cultures? So, like, I kind of believe that there's God,
Yep.
and then there's like another part of the world believes in like Buddha and other stuff,
Allah, yeah.
or but then there's others who believe that it's all one way of seeing the same higher being. It's just how the different cultures see him.
Right,
Do
Do
right,
you think that this would be like the Japanese would call them oni,
right,
the demonic spirits?
right.
Do you think that this is just a different way of seeing the same spirits, just because cultural, or do you think it's
Yeah.
they're actually different?
No, I think you're actually pretty correct there. Like Japanese would see an oni. I mean, that would be the
I think
basically
they just have different names.
yeah,
for
they
'em,
just
but yeah.
it's basically the same. It's either a ghost or a demon, a spirit or a demon.
I
Either
guess.
way, I don't think other like how some cultures claim that there's other gods and stuff, and then they believe in the monsters and all that. I don't think like stuff like that would exist. It comes based down to spirits or demons. It's either one. But yeah,
That's just our
yeah,
thoughts.
that's
I
just
mean.
our thought. Like Japanese would consider them onis, and that's
And I think the Muslim considers them jinns.
jinns. Yeah,
Yeah.
But
Yep.
it's
Yep.
all
Yep.
basically the same.
what they consider jinns, and what I think we consider a demon, because they said jinns are basically like demonic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, I'm kind of thinking about that. I think I'm in a similar camp. It's just different ways of seeing the same thing. You either have a
Right,
spirit,
right.
you have a demon, or you
Absolutely.
have like residual energy playing on a loop.
right,
Right.
right. That is also a possibility right there.
Right.
All right, Kyle, you got one.
Yeah. So this one is always kind of has my interest. Like I said, as being a skeptical believer.
Yeah.
If you guys just in your experiences, are there any locations that you've went to investigate that, like, for lack of a better word, stereotypically seem like a good location to go to, like cemetery or here or there, that were actually just terrible in real life to try to investigate?
Actually, yeah, there was one, and it's actually literally 2 minutes from our house. It's another cemetery. We was always told that there was a guy that was forcefully OD'd there. He was left in his car with needles in his arm, and he died at that cemetery.
hmm
And that's not, I mean, there's a lot of different stories you hear about, and they always say it's haunted. We've went there, we've investigated it, what, 3 or 4 times?
Oh gosh, yeah, and it's like
We don't get nothing back. Now, one time, there was one time that, who was it that seen the headlights? Was it Chris? It was Biscuit.
yeah, I think so.
A Biscuit was with us, and he actually
Old
seen
Biscuit.
headlights.
Old biscuit.
Old Doughboy. Old Doughboy.
Old doughboy.
He claimed to see headlights coming, and it's like a round. You enter one way and you exit the other. It's like one big U.
It's a big U.
And he said he seen headlights coming, and I seen a light, but I couldn't say for sure that it was headlights, but there was no vehicle, period. But people claimed that it was so haunted. We went there 2 or 3 times, didn't get any evidence, and
No,
it was
we-
just
It was
it was a bust.
it was a bust. So cemeteries, a lot of people are like cemeteries, or every cemetery is haunted. I don't
No.
really believe that.
I
So
gotta agree.
cemeteries, I think people hype those up, and they're now we have been to some cemeteries that we've got quite a bit of evidence from, but yeah, cemeteries are too hyped up.
Right.
That really cool EVP that if I can find it from 14 years ago, I'd like to send you guys came from a cemetery. There's a whole backstory and thing behind it. We won't go into it here, but I'll find it. I got your email, Devin. I'll get that to you and let you guys grab a listen to it. If I can find it, I think it's still in my email somewhere.
Okay.
All right.
See,
It's a cool one.
a lot of people hype up cemeteries. They just don't realize that, you know, cemeteries are where they put the bodies. Okay, their spirits is already gone, and if their spirits are still here, they're attached to where they died, not to where their bodies laid to rest.
Now, I have heard that some spirits are attached to their bodies.
That is a possibility, but
They
it's,
don't, because I mean, they
Yeah.
don't want to leave their bodies. I've heard that, but
you know,
yeah.
a lot of spirits attach themselves to the
it
location.
just depends.
Yeah,
really.
it's
And this cemetery is quite big. I mean,
investigating is a hit or miss. I mean, you can go to any
it
location
truly
and
is.
get a lot of activity or get nothing at all.
You could go somewhere where it's like actually truly legitimately haunted and not get crap.
Yeah, we could go to Waverly Hills and not get nothing.
It just depends on the spirit, I guess, or the spirits.
And from what I understand, you know, it takes a lot of energy for them to communicate beyond the veil, I guess you'd say.
They can't be on call like 24/7. They have some
Right,
really good
right.
time.
They're not getting a stipend.
No, they're
Right.
There's
back
no
in the lounge
stipend for being
drinking
on
coffee.
call. Yeah. They're on break.
Yep.
Carol, you're up.
I'm on break.
Imagine the waiting room like in Beetlejuice.
It's like in
Beetlejuice,
Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Oh my
Go
God.
see
Okay, so
Juno, your caseworker, and go.
and then okay, so can you guys describe the community around paranormal investigation? Like how do we want to put this? Like,
Like,
you guys
how-
mostly communicate?
How would you
online?
communicate or meet
Yeah.
up or like
Is there
not just-
conventions?
not just swapping ideas, but yeah, it's like in person or there conventions? Is it? I know probably mostly online the last couple of years. That's kind of loaded, but in the before times, okay, would it be?
Before the crystal cracked.
Yeah,
Right.
be like mostly in person conventions or just a combination. And what do you guys like to do? How do you like to communicate with the rest of the community?
Well, this right here kind of goes back to the whole Waverly Hills kind
Yeah,
of thing.
there are conventions. That's how I got to go to Waverly Hills. It was a meet and greet convention. We met up with a lot of different paranormal investigators. And I met the celebrity investigators, that whole thing. There is a whole community of paranormal, like you can get online. There's I'm part of Facebook groups who are all about paranormal. That, and then yeah, just online. Like you
We
said.
have a pretty good support group supporting us,
Mhm.
even though we haven't put out much content recently. They still want to support us. They actually want to pay us to do investigations, but we got to be able to afford to do the traveling and the equipment.
Sure.
Yeah,
Which we could
price
go
right.
local. I mean, there are places that are local that we could hit up, but
There's one local one that they will not let us because some previous investigators kind of trashed the place, I guess, but it's called
they
the
were disrespectful to the place.
and they no longer let investigation, but it's called the Sherman Tavern. We haven't, and it's 5 minutes down the street,
It's that.
and we keep begging them, and they just ain't gonna let us do it, which is kind of depressing.
very
Make Sean go down there and distract
Yeah.
him. Like, Sean, jumping jacks and start dancing. Truffle shuffle. Now
Do the
start
truffle
doing this. And then while Sean's doing that, then you guys can go and do your thing.
Right.
I guess our in-person meetup would be with Switchblade and his fiance Metal Saturn. We investigate with them all the time.
Yeah.
Say
Yeah.
Switchblade.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Switch is awesome. I
Yes.
love Switch.
He just like Sean, we've known him for 6 years.
Yeah. I was
They're
his
like-
boss.
Wait,
I
okay.
love-
So
That
how
wasn't a
is it?
trend.
So how is it that you and Switch have these deep manly voices, and then you have Sean?
He's an outcast. He
Okay,
was
that works,
adopted.
that works.
He was adopted.
It's not like I'm one to talk like with my little high pitched
We
no
love you
ball
though,
voice.
Sean.
Yeah, we love you, Sean. We do love Sean a lot.
I get a lot of compliments on my voice. I mean, a lot. I mean, I don't. To me, I grew up with it, so it ain't nothing to me. I even warned Wifey when we first got together that I was like, you ain't gonna be able to resist this deep void. You know? And then she's
And
calling.
here
She's
you
like,
are.
yeah. And then I finally talked to her on the phone. She's like, it's all right.
Yeah, that's a-
He goes, you didn't sound like Michael Myers.
I'm like, I've heard deeper.
yeah, but if you're just like,
His face. Okay, so that might be our cover right there, Kyle.
I lost it.
Oh,
I was doing so good maintaining.
Really, you've heard
Man.
deeper?
No,
I actually.
Kind of hurt my feelings.
Oh, his
shit.
face. Oh, that's great. What
Oh,
advice
damn it.
would you give to anyone who wants to start doing this?
Be very careful. Try as best you can to figure out what you're dealing with, and if it's demonic, leave it alone. That would be my best advice. Make sure you got the power of God on your side to protect you, because if that thing goes home with you, it's never good. It's gonna be bad.
I don't know, man. I've had a lonely few months. I wouldn't mind a little tag along. If
Little
something
something,
like that.
something.
Hey,
I would pay for any ghost to touch him right now.
if you're out there listening.
Paranormal jump off.
Yeah.
That'll be our next episode, Sex with a
Mhm.
Ghost, featuring Kyle.
And always go in with an open mind.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Debunk. Try to debunk.
Don't just assume that
everything is
it's
paranormal.
paranormal. Try to figure out the cause.
I think one of our biggest things is like I watch a lot of these so-called ghost and paranormal investigators on
YouTubes.
YouTube.
This is a great transition.
Yeah, hang on a second.
I was saying,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is a great. No,
That's-
keep
because
going.
that's
This is
Go ahead.
That's what we're
These
going
are
to
our
ask, like
next
how
questions.
accurate are the portrayals, and you're already there. You're ahead of me.
Sorry.
No,
Do
no,
they
I mean,
need
like,
us?
not
Kyle,
ahead
do
of
they
us,
need
you're-
us?
Yeah.
So your question is, how accurate are the portrayals?
Yeah,
That's
that's where we were-
exactly.
That's where we were headed.
Gotcha.
So okay, like I said, I watch not so much anymore because they're just lame to
They're
me.
trash.
But I watch them and they fake so much, and you can tell that it's fake. I hate that with a passion, because there are actually people out here that are actually like us.
Yeah.
We try to bring the
truth.
The truth. Like I'm not gonna fake a noise or fake, oh
We
my
ain't
gosh,
gonna-
I just seen something.
We ain't
or-
gonna clickbait nobody about it at all.
basically, and like I think that gives paranormal investigators who are true to the game, I
A
think
bad
it
name.
gives us a bad name, and people think that we're all out here faking this.
And I'll tell you, the main one that I cannot stand is I don't know if you all have watched him, Mo Sargi.
Mm-mm.
No.
He you could
It's
he'll be
every
recording
video.
a video, and he'll fart himself and be like, okay, that was a disembodied voice.
He's not wrong.
Well, true. But I mean, every single sound to him
No.
is paranormal, and that's not the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to,
Try and debunk it.
yeah. I try to identify where the sound's coming from, figure out what it is.
Well,
Everything is not paranormal.
That's like one of those
Investigate.
things with especially like older houses is that's one of the places you're going to be hitting a lot,
Right.
and you're going to get, especially with like an EMF reader, you're going to have a lot of electrical like leakage.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Very true. Very, very true.
And even if like power's cut off, if there's even like a power box outside of the house,
Yeah.
They still retain some juice in them, and that could throw off some readings.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's some movies portray reality, like The Conjurings. I gotta say, James Wan, the director,
Our favorite.
he's my favorite director. He knows how to nail it. He goes for the facts, and he portrays it the way it was. Like I said, the Conjuring movies. Now Annabelle, there was some true facts, but I think they added some a little
Well,
bit for
they always got to put their Hollywood
the Hollywood spin
Yeah.
on them.
Sensationalize it.
Right.
Absolutely.
Tell
But
us
for the
story.
for the most part, they're accurate. As far as like Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Really?
Yeah, they're pretty accurate.
I do know that Lorraine was on the set of all the Conjurings
Yeah.
except the third one.
The actual Lorraine Warren was
Yeah.
there.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes,
She was a
on the set.
consultant.
Yes. Oh,
Yes.
yes. They went to her about everything. Yep.
That's
So
cool.
that actually brings up another question of mine. Have you all been to the Warrens' house? Is that on the bucket list?
That is on the bucket
Definitely
list.
on the bucket list.
Because it's been established I scare the shit out of myself half the time, and I'm a scaredy cat, but
Mhm.
I love reading this kind of stuff. I love, like, just like what goes on like with paranormal and like serial killer, just just weird stuff out of the blue.
Right.
Mhm.
And I did read that Annabelle is not the damn doll that you see in the movie. It's a Raggedy Ann doll
It is a Raggedy Ann
Ann.
doll, and
And-
they actually have to wear gloves to touch it
because it burned them, or
because they're worried about attachment.
Well, Annabelle is not okay. The doll, okay. Okay. So
It's a
things
conduit.
cannot be possessed, and
No.
okay, but they can be a conduit, which like a demon can attach itself to this
You
to get to humans.
Yeah, to move it. I mean,
So-
demons can move them around to
Yeah,
make them seem like they're possessed.
but dolls,
It's used as
whatever.
they're basically tools for the demon.
Yeah, those things cannot be possessed. Only humans can be possessed.
No,
So-
they go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, so on that note, so is it usually like one demon who does it, or it can be multiple
It
demons?
could be multiple.
It could be multiple.
They
Yeah.
can work together. I think they can work together.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, the only time I would really, like I said, I haven't really dug much into this, but the only time they would really fight is if they're trying to get into possession of somebody,
Right.
and they all
If
want
not, they're
to.
going to try and work together. So
I think
Right.
you
Okay,
can be
gotcha.
possessed
They've
by-
unionized, basically.
Yeah.
they did unionize.
And see, by doing that, they bring people down, by using tools like that. They bring them down to a level to where they could actually possess them because of the fear.
So when they're doing like the exorcism on the object, it's not actually on the object because it's not possessed. They're just killing the portal.
They're
But
trying.
they're trying to
Yeah,
break
yeah.
the attachment is what they're doing.
Right. Yeah.
They're attached to a certain item.
My biggest, Devin thinks I'm crazy, but I would love to hold the animal doll. I wanna
Yeah,
hold
no,
that
I ain't
doll
touching
so
it.
bad.
No, that one, and I know that they also have the Robert.
Robert the
Robert the
doll.
doll,
Robert the
which
doll.
inspired Chucky.
That
the
that inspired the
movies.
Child's Play movies.
Yep.
Did it really? I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
It
That
Ooh.
makes sense now that I've read about it. Have you heard of it, Kyle?
Yeah.
Go look up Robert the
Vaguely.
doll. It's a
I-
little sailor outfit, I believe.
Yeah.
Hold on,
Holes
Robert.
on him from worms and stuff, but
Yep.
like
I'm
he is.
sure I have. 'Cause that sounds
Weren't they saying he's the
extremely
most
oh
possessed
yes,
doll in America?
Yep.
I think they said at one point in time
yes, I've seen
because he
it.
like
Oh,
hurts people. If
Yeah,
I remember right.
They
Looks
said
like
you
a
have to
potato.
ask his permission before you can even take his picture. Because right now, I believe he's from the last time I
He's on
watched,
display now.
he's in St.
Florida?
August in Florida.
Yeah,
Yes. And which I think that's where he originated from. It was given to the little boy by his nanny, I want to say.
Yeah.
Back in the day. And she was claimed to be a voodoo, was she a voodoo priestess?
Priestess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's what I've heard about
So,
Robert.
yeah, because I've read you have to ask to take his picture, and then what is it? If he gives his permission, nothing happens, but if he doesn't, something else happens.
Right. But how do you, I mean, I've never seen him give
Yeah.
his permission. How would you know?
Yeah.
That's why I would never take his picture.
I would try.
would you receive a filling?
I don't
would you feel it
know.
like?
I don't know.
Yeah, like there ain't really much to go on as far as
Mm-mm.
experiences with that.
he
but,
is
uh,
creepy looking.
But
man.
as you
Yeah.
were saying,
He
Yeah.
is.
oh yeah.
He
A-
is.
As you were saying with how Ed and Lorraine
Read the
Warren
stories, dude.
have the Annabelle doll and once had the Robert the doll, they have an entire room completely full of artifacts that they have gotten from their investigations and their exorcisms, and they keep it locked, and they have a priest come in and bless it once a month,
Once a month. he'll
Once a
come in and
month.
bless it, Yeah.
because it's supposed to be filled with all the items that demons are
Mhm.
attached to.
Imagine that if you had like the Annabelle doll and Robert the doll in the same room, if it'd be like having two like
Right,
Alexas
right.
next to
I-
each other, and they're just
Right.
like bouncing demons off.
Right, right.
Right.
But
Nope.
what is it?
Nope.
He's
But,
like, not gonna have it.
The reason that they done that was which they portray this in the movies, because a lot of people ask, why don't you just destroy the object? That would only destroy the object itself. They said it's like getting guns off the street. They take them and put them in a room to where they can contain them, and they can't affect anybody else. And they actually raised their daughter with that room, and
Yeah.
she's she's
I
been
don't
through
know.
a lot.
Yeah. But I don't really know much about Judy Spirit.
Yeah.
I know.
Is she taking up their mantle?
Now her husband, Tony, I'm actually friends with him on Facebook. I've talked to him just a little bit. He has kind of taken over. He claims to be a medium like Lorraine was. So they've taken over.
Yeah.
So they own all that. They own all the artifacts and all that now.
Yeah.
So that Annabelle was on Ghost Adventures finally, and Zach touched her
Yeah, they
leg.
told Zach that he was absolutely not allowed to touch her, and he did, and they came and removed the doll, like literally removed it because they seen him do it.
That started a huge
Yeah,
controversy.
he wanted to touch it so
Tony
bad.
and Zach.
Zach, he is crazy. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This man is insane. Okay, he does not care to dance with the devil. I mean, he has his own collection.
He does. He has on a museum, which is one of my. I want to go there so
the
bad.
house, the demon house.
Oh, the demon house.
He actually, they said that was
a good.
Have you seen the
watch it.
documentary on the demon house?
Please
Watch it. Watch it.
You can.
It's
watch
called
it.
The Demon House?
The
Yes,
Demon House.
You can watch it on Amazon Prime. I think it's on Discovery Plus.
Yeah.
I should probably watch this in the middle of the day. On a
No.
Yeah, I would
I
recommend
would
it.
recommend the night.
But like,
Get the full.
Oh, he
effect.
directed it and did the screenplay.
Yes.
yeah,
The Demon House.
he legitimately bought the location because it was so bad there, and he tore it down and put all the remains in containers.
And there are still people that go to this property, even though the house is gone, and they will do satanic rituals on this property.
He bought it just to tear it down because it was that bad.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's wild.
But yeah.
Wild.
And well, I'll just say this: you will see something. The majority of the movie is a documentary of the history and the family that lived there, but they actually let him. Didn't let him. He owned it.
He owned the house.
They boarded up the windows and padlocked him inside, and by himself.
They boarded up the door, the windows, everything.
And he got some evidence that will blow your mind. I'm not even kidding.
Like it sends chills down my spine. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Kind of
no,
jealous.
so I won't be watching that this tonight. I'm reading about some of this. No, I'm good right now. I do want to watch it because that's actually one of the episodes that we're going to do. So I don't know if we mentioned this. We're going to have a whole month full of scary podcasts.
Gotcha.
And you all are our lead off.
Yay.
Oh, cool. Oh, thank you.
So, we've almost been around it almost a year. What did I say, Kyle? January, I think, into January,
February or March.
February-ish.
February-ish.
But you guys are our first for this series we're planning on doing. And like one of them that we want to do is called The Science of the Scare. Why do we keep doing stuff when it scares us?
Right.
Like I want to get a researcher or a psychologist to give us the science of it, which I have all sorts of friends that are doctors, lawyers, IT guys, mechanics, do all sorts of stuff. I just realized I don't have a single damn friend that's a psychologist or a researcher. So I'm going to put out like an ad on on Tinder or something. Like I don't want to date or anything. I just want you on my show. Kyle and I's show.
There's probably a better place to do it than Tinder.
You know what? If they want to hook up with you, that's fine too. I'll rent you out.
They can swipe left or right.
Right.
For Kyle, just swipe down.
Whatever for the show. Whatever for the show.
Whatever for the show.
I'm a team player.
I don't know what Tinder is.
He's a sweet team player, but that's what we want to do. So,
I don't know what this is.
and that leads into why we're so fascinated in talking to you guys, because it scares the shit out of me. But I love scary movies. I love reading that kind of stuff. And you guys, we have Spooky Saturday. Scares the hell out of me, but I still like to play.
Yeah, it's adrenaline rush.
And I want to know the pure science behind it. That's going to be one of our episodes. So
I'm going to take your ass on an investigation.
We've got to get you guys with us on an investigation.
I would love for y'all to meet us at Waverly Hills.
I would Waverly Hills or Pinhurst.
Ooh.
I would love. I would love to take you all to Pinhurst.
Which one's? Please elaborate on Pinhurst.
Asylum.
Asylum in Pennsylvania.
Oh, I've read about that one.
Yeah, Ghost Adventures also did a investigation.
Yeah.
Is that the one where they tortured the patients too in the insane asylum?
Yes, they have done. Yeah,
like lobotomies and like all sorts of just other stuff.
Yep.
On the episode of Ghost Adventures, they was doing in the middle of the day the interviews with the people that run the place.
Mhm.
And in the building, they heard a big bang. They actually go check it out. There's a complete them old school teachers metal desks was on its end, like standing straight up and down with fresh scratch marks in the concrete.
Yeah, they were fresh.
So
too.
if something is there and then it's got the
It's not.
strength to throw that, it's going to be insane.
Now, and Penhurst, now that's an old asylum, right? It's not currently in use, and but they do like haunted.
It's been. I think it was
I
shut
think that
down in the 80s.
Yeah, but they do attractions there. They
They
do
do.
hunts
Yep.
and stuff. But there's several buildings
Mhm.
on that location.
Is there? Now,
If we're going to Pennsylvania, we need to go to is it Centralia or Centralia?
I
The
want to see the damn Liberty Bell, and you want to go make me wet my pants.
it's the smoky town, like the coal. Is it the coal town? It's the one that inspired Silent Hill.
I know
Gotcha,
exactly
yep,
what you're talking about.
It always
yeah.
stays smoky there. and
Yeah, 'cause
foggy.
there's just,
Yeah.
like,
There's a fire
The
under-
never-ending
Paranormal.
fire.
Yeah, there's a fire underneath of
Yes.
it.
Mhm.
Paranormal Investigation, $99 to $125.
And that's at
That's
Penhurst.
about like
Yeah,
Waverly.
Penhurst.
Yeah, it's about like Waverly.
I think that's about like any.
So do they do something like? Do they do like Halloween stuff? Turn it into like a haunted
I'm not
house and
sure, do
stuff?
they?
Well, we watched that one YouTube video where they had like a whole Halloween deal going on.
Then yeah.
But they do lockdowns and stuff just like Waverly Hills does. You know, you can pay and you can get locked down. Well, I don't think you get locked down because there's so many buildings. that
I'm
they
reading
give
a
you
lot
Not
down
in
here.
Penhurst, yeah.
From
you
7
can
p.m. to
have-
1 a.m.
You have
Yeah.
access to all the buildings except the ones that are off limit due to
Construction.
yeah,
Yeah.
where they're like
Yeah, they're falling
they're
apart.
falling apart. Safety
Was that the
reasons.
place with the underground tunnels as well?
Yep,
They
it
had
says there's
connecting-
3 underground tunnels too.
Yep.
I'm
And
down.
then-
Let's go, Chris.
I'm ready. I'll do it right
Hey,
now.
I
No,
will.
no,
I
no
will tell you
English.
what, I will sell whatever I got to, and we'll meet you out there.
No English.
No.
No, 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 no.
Like
No
I said, I
lemon
want
pledge.
Guyver up there where that nurse hung herself at Waverly Hills.
Yep.
Give him 5 minutes alone there.
Yeah, and then I'll be
Mhm.
like, so yeah,
Great
you hear
song,
me.
by the way,
So
but
you
yeah.
like stuff? Want to see my Transformers? Shit.
Oh my gosh.
Well, with that, we have kept you all for a farther long time than we originally intended. So we really, really do appreciate your time.
This was fun, though.
This was a
so
lot
much
of fun.
We appreciate y'all having us.
Yes,
This was fun.
We had a
So-
blast.
We have Devin and Tosha. We will put the links to their Twitch channels and anything else that they give us that they want us to do will be in the bio. This will be on the Instagram. You guys go ahead. Please join our Discord. We encourage the chat. We have a channel just for the episodes. We have, don't forget about our Instagram and Facebook pages where we
Yep.
give the updates. And that's where I do the pictures that I doctor up on there. I've already got a really good idea for a picture for this one too.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, just make sure you guys go give us a like on those Instagram and Facebook pages so you can keep up with us. Make sure you go follow Devin and Tosha on Twitch so you can keep up with them. When are you guys doing your next paranormal hunt? I'm sure you have something planned for October.
Do it.
October 3rd. We haven't really chose a location yet, but that's a week from today, actually.
We'll be going live. I'm probably just gonna go ahead and go live from Facebook.
I'll actually need your phone for the Necrophonic app.
Well, you better figure it out. 'Cause
Well,
Well,
I
glad
mean,
We
what
got
you
some
guys
stuff to
gonna
figure
do?
out.
If you all give us the dates that you're planning on doing this, because I'm sure everyone who's listening would love to join in and watch this. If you can give us the dates, we can post that on there too, and
Sure,
we
sure.
will
And
gladly.
we will.
Yeah, we will gladly
Yep.
put that on there.
Any dates that we get, I will. I'll hit you up in Discord.
Yeah, just let me know. Just let me know.
For sure.
Kyle, anything else you want to lead off with? Or
No, I
finish
just
with?
I thoroughly enjoyed this. This is something that I've used to geek out about personally for years and years and years.
Right.
Kind of fell off a little bit the last few years, but I absolutely love the paranormal investigation stuff. So for you guys to take time out of your weekend, because weekends are kind of sacred
Sacred.
as you get older.
Oh, yeah.
Take time for us. I mean, I really appreciate you guys doing that, and
We do. We do.
I'm sure the listeners do as well, because this was a lot of fun, a
Hey,
whole lot of
Great.
fun.
It was a
Thank you.
privilege
We
for
had a
us. Yeah,
blast.
we
Yes.
really appreciate it.
So, with that, this has been Every Man's Guide to Nerddom. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kyle. And wherever you guys are, have a great evening, night, morning, whatever time it is, and please be good to each other.
Rise up.
See ya.
See ya.
It could get elevated. Nerdcore could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore used to be just a made up word.